Well, I gotta admit, I think maybe my mod list was good up until that crash. Because now that now that these guys don't have to stay in a what do you call it, a contract, mercenary contract for a full year, they are just kind of roaming all over the place, just flooding the area. So this is obviously not good. Well, it's good for our scout, right? We're getting a lot of scouting by just standing here. But yeah, this is not good. Right, is nobody at war? I have a feeling there's not that many wars going on. Well, they're at war with the Papal States. England's at war with the Holy Roman Empire. France is at war with Holy Roman Empire. There's wars going on, just not us. So yeah, Milan, nobody. The Nord's also at war with the Holy Roman Empire. All right, well, I guess we're just getting unlucky with the wars. So I'm gonna keep doing whatever. I don't know if I was farming for a long time, but it's getting a little ridiculous now. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a war soon. Oh, and one more thing. I decided that our poor little foot troops in the front, they typically go up against people that you wouldn't necessarily need polearms for. I know in the previous patches with RBM, you could pretty much handle everything with polearm. This patch, it doesn't seem like that's the case, and you do absolutely need a mace. So I think that's why we were struggling on some of those water battles. The polearm just wasn't cutting it. We weren't able to do enough damage quick enough. Whereas with the mace, I think they would have absolutely done way more damage. Probably would have lost less troops. So I figured this is a good idea. So everybody, I went back through and crafted a mace for everyone. And then I think, yeah, we've got one left over because these things take a lot of metal. But anyways, that should be a good change. I'm going to try to get our front line up to 50 troops. We've got Johann Longbowie. Sorry, dude. No archers just yet, but you'll make a good frontliner. We got Lupert, Rudigrus, John Battisford, John Blackthorn, and Franco Baresi. That's it. We got 5 more. That pushes our number up to 67. One more group will be above 70, and I believe our boat holds more than that, so we're fine on the water still. And then once we get to 50 frontline, so we'll have 50 frontline, 20 cav, and then I want to start filling out the archers, or yeah, probably the archers. And then once we get a decent archer section, I'd like to start working on getting some specialty units, maybe shock troops, like two-handed mace would be even better. I was going to say two-handed polearm, but probably a mace would be even better. I'm thinking about turning on that mod again that forces people to stay longer as a mercenary. I know it crashes the game, but there's nobody really in danger of being eliminated, so I might just turn it back on because this is kind of silly. Yeah, I've been watching this for several weeks. It hasn't really changed. So I don't know if people are broke or there's not enough wars to where they can't afford them or something, but yeah, I might turn that back on. And what I'm trying to do when I farm, just as a quick heads up, I put these guys on hold fire. I don't really want the cav to be involved. I want my front line to be incredibly strong in melee because I feel like the range stuff, even if they don't have the highest skill, they'll still do really well. But in melee, they will definitely not do well if they don't have high athletics and high either one-handed or polearm or both. So I'm basically just babysitting these guys, making sure they don't kill everybody with the javelins, and then they'll come in and clean up with the mace. So you can see here, some of them are still... No, they're using the mace. Yeah, you can hear them crushing through those shields. Those shields are actually pretty strong against the mace, so maybe what we should do is mix it up and have a couple people... Like for every 1 mace, maybe we can get one, or sorry, for every 2 or 3 maces, we can get 1 two-handed axe or something. Something that'll crush through the shields. The other thing is the javelins will usually knock out the front row or 2 of shields, and so that makes it a little easier. So I don't know, we could probably just rely on that, to be honest. But anyways, I thought I would update you on that, how we're doing the farming now. So you can see here, a lot of one-handed skill. Some people still don't have any one-handed skill. And then all the new people that I've hired, I boosted it up to 75 so they're not starting from 0. But you can see some of these guys are very, very far behind. So we'll get there. We just got to farm it up. All right, we just caught this guy trying to raid a caravan. He's got a pretty small force, but I'm pretty sure they're very elite. So we got to be careful still. Yeah, look at that. Everything in there is definitely a heavy hitter. Veteran Manavlion. Heavy Manavlion, Elite Manavlion. Okay. I think we can do it, though. I think we can help this guy out. Let's get everybody to follow. I don't know what these guys are going to do. If they're going to play defense or... Oh, they're sending horse archers up. And then their archers are moving back. So I think they're going to play defense. They'll feed their horse archers. Lovely. I wish they would just keep them back. But that's alright. Maybe they'll get a kill. Anyways, we'll come back when when the enemy's closer and we're ready for a fight. So what I'm going to do is get our front line out in front of these archers by a fair bit. We'll go 2 ranks deep, regular line formation. Let's get our cav. We'll move them up on a flank, and I want them to go harass the archers once these guys get past, because they do have 19 archers. Right there, yep, they're charging their line. Let's go ahead and send the cav out the flank. And then go ahead and deal with the archers, please. And then we'll deal with these guys over here. Alright, we have a lot of their armor. Oh, yeah, we have a lot of their armor. I thought that was allies, but it's not. We're getting... Alright, if it's a 1v1, we can take it, but... Against these elite troops, I don't want to fight like 4v1. Oh, man, he's busting our posture up. Alright, let's get back in. So far, so good, I think. Maybe? Yeah, well, no, we've lost a lot of troops. Alright, those are friendly. Yeah, it seems like they're down to just their archers. Yeah, we're doing okay. For some reason... Oh, it's because yeah, the purple... The guy that we're saving is the one that took over the bar on the right. For some reason, I thought that was the enemy that was attacking, but no, they're getting wiped. Alright, let's get in here and deal with these archers. They're very well armored, so we'll keep the mace out. Just smack them in the head. There's 60 damage. There we go. We just gotta keep them distracted. If nothing else, just distract them so they don't shoot anybody. Alright, here we go. They'll run them down. Sweet. And our cavalry are getting riding XP, so that's really good. We had one person that didn't quite have enough riding levels to get the war mount, so hopefully after this battle they should get him. Alright, can we throw some javelins in this guy? It's a hell of a throw, but... Oh, he got him. There we go. Alright, no survivors? No, they got 1 survivor. We didn't lose anybody, though, so that's good. Holy moly, we had 31 injuries, though. So yeah, a lot of people went down. We probably should have had somebody die there. Luckily, they did not. Okay, what, are they going to catch this one guy? What is that? A Manablion? Whatever. Anyways, let's get back to looking at our stats here. Castro with 2. I think most everybody... Yeah, the highest is 2 here. So Castro, Enzo, Franco, John, Swallowjack, your cousin, Wolfram, Archie the Aimless, and John Bannerlord. So, well done. We will definitely take him prisoner, and then we'll dump him off in our allies' dungeon. So we have just enough prisoners to handle it, and we should have some upgrades here, I think. Oh yeah. That's the new people too. So they're getting helmet and body armor. Mostly helmet and body armor. Sweet, let's go drop him off before he gets out. Well, that was a good battle. I mean, we definitely lost a lot of people. I don't know. I think we were outmatched in terms of skill. We're probably on similar levels in terms of gear, but maybe not in terms of skill, because those guys were high level. Prisoner, yeah, dungeon. Let's go Daliros. There we go. And that does increase our relations. We got quite a bit of good gear here. Let's make sure we save stuff that's high level. So like the 8,000 and up helmets, 10,000 and up body armor, and that's all we're getting. We really don't get other stuff like hand guards, foot, shoulder, stuff like that. Kind of curious why that is. I think maybe the mod, it only allows these to drop depending on how many items you're allowing to drop. You only get those specific things. It's kind of interesting. Okay, anyways, let's keep grinding. I'd also spent a few minutes here unlocking parts for throwing daggers, so let's go ahead and equip that. So I've got 2 stacks, and they're large bags, so we get 7 each, plus whatever perks we have, so that's good. We need to have... Actually, maybe we can only do 1. Actually, we could probably do 2 and just use it as a melee weapon. I think that would be fine. Get rid of that falchion. We do need to have at least 1 stabbing dagger. That was odd. Yeah, because otherwise we can't sneak up behind people. Now, if we get a high enough skill with this, maybe we can just one-shot them from a distance, and we can just carry 3 sets of throwing knives, and we wouldn't even have to worry about doing the sneaky stuff. But we'll try that out later. I also, oh, I forgot. I need to put it on our civilian. Wait, let's go create a few more. We ran out of stamina. So let's make a few more sets. There we go. We got 3 sets of balanced, which means they have more capacity. So we'll just put that in here. I do want to also make a 2-handed weapon, I think. We don't have 2-handed skill, though. Yeah, this one-handed was pretty strong, actually. Very expensive. Maybe we can do it like that, then. And then we can get some decent... I've been forgetting to do that, actually. Shoot. Use equip best item on the other loadouts. It doesn't matter too much right now. We're making good money. I mean, we could make more money if we hire somebody and put them in a alleyway. That was kind of the original plan, but I don't know. I think we'll probably do it at some point because we do need to make, you know, tens or hundreds of millions. I think we'll need all the help we can get. But anyways, let's keep going. There we go. We've got just about all the 2-handed mace parts unlocked except for the pommels, which are mostly cosmetic, so that doesn't really matter too much. But we've got all the handles and we've got the mace heads. This one is huge. All right, I think I'd rather have a shorter, fast-swinging one with a... So we'll go long and then scale it back. Could also do that as well. It does affect the blunt damage quite a bit, though. So I think we'll keep the mace head big, and then we'll keep the shaft as short as we can. And then this thing's just decorative, so who cares? Yep, it's decorative. All right, let's get one more. I just made one. It was a masterwork. Oh, boy, that one's masterwork as well. These are both going to be good weapons. So this one's 27k. This one, yeah, this one has the better handle or the shaft. So we'll save them both. Make sure we don't accidentally sell or smelt it. But there we go. We've got 2-handed maces. We can do that whenever. We're at that point because our guys are so high level. Our best smith is level 300. John Hawkwood's just about to cross over to 200. We've got a few people right at 200. So we can pretty much breeze through any of these very quickly. We still need 2-handed axes if we're going to go that route. 1-handed axes. Pikes, we probably want to get a few at least. And we'll probably mix them into that front line. What else? Dagger. You know what? We could and probably should get a better dagger. Although we start with the tier 5. I did not know that. So what's the stab rating? It's better. Yeah, so there's no sense in unlocking everything if we can just do that. Oh, okay. No, they give us at least 1 part each. That's good. I was going to say... They did that before in a previous patch. They would give you a category where you didn't have anything unlocked in one of the necessary parts. And so you'd have to basically smelt stuff to even do anything in that category. So I'm glad they didn't do that to us this time. But anyways, let's make something here. We'll replace the one that we have. Balanced. We get better? No, we're not going to get better. We definitely don't need a bunch of these. So let's just smelt down to 1. And that, of course, is going to go onto this. So balanced dagger. Right, this one has the stealth. And this axe has back. Oh, it has the backstab. Yeah, this has backstab. Okay, perfect. This axe does as well, but like I said, only we can do that. I don't think our companions can do that. So that doesn't really matter. You know what we could do is just go here, unlock, and see what we can upgrade. So it looks like they have stuff here for each of these. Yeah, that's going to be really good. And it's very... Oh, what did I just do? I hit the wrong button. So if we unlock and we hit this one to only do our companion, yeah, ourselves. There we go. And then same thing here. Unlock. Let's upgrade our shoes and our helmet at least. Still no hand coverings, unfortunately. Okay, well, we'll get the rest later. Not a big deal. One thing we could do is try to go do prison breaks and get our roguery skill up, right? That one is at 42, so it's not terrible. And our clan rank is high enough that people will actually let us into castles, even if we're not part of their faction. So maybe we'll go tour the countryside. Let's just try to go find some stuff. Did I drop off my supplies? I did not. Yeah, we still have all our crafting materials. Oh, crap. What happened to my sumpter horses? Did we have them equipped? I probably did it on their... Yep, that's where they went. They're on the civilian. So everybody got sumpters on their civilian. All right, let me go fix that. Okay, there we go. That took a while, but yeah, you could see we... We used up almost all of our mounts, or our sumpter horses as mounts, so that's why. So that should be good. Let's go try to find some, maybe some castles or towns that have prisoners in it, where we're neutral to both. So I'm just going to tour the countryside. When we come across one that's interesting, we'll come back. Also, I'm going to continue to farm. Like I said, we still have a lot of people with low one-handed skill in our front line. We're over here in the east. And these guys are at war, but I haven't seen anybody dropped off as a prisoner yet, so no luck there. But we just declared war on the Holy Roman Empire. And we do border them. That's one of the targets that we can definitely attack. So let's head back and we'll start preparing for war again. All right, this might actually be one. So can we go to the keep? The dungeon, we can. All right, and we're both neutral. So we can stage a prison break for Suna. 5800, that means she's probably part of the ruling class. Or it just adjusts weirdly for RBM. But let's do the prison break. All right, we got to be real careful here. All right, we got our knives, our rock, and our dagger here. So we need to locate her. Suna is 150 meters away. Oh boy. Alright, there's people in here. I think this is the way out. So let's not mess with that until we get to that point because... Oh, there's somebody. Good old third-person perspective. Alright, let's let that guy get a little further and then we'll stab this guy in the back. Let's do it. 360 damage. There we go. Alright, we need to get to him before he spots the body. It's not that important. But it'll make our life easier. So he's down as well. Now notice our roguery skill is going up. So that's pretty important. It's not very much. We'll get a huge boost if we succeed. Oh, let's not get caught here. He's just walking past. About on this side. I don't really see anybody. Let's go for him. 635. Jeez, man. This thing does some damage. Don't see any other guards in here, so I think we can keep going. Alright, here we go. Where are we getting closer? Yeah, 90 meters. Oh, crap. Ah, he saw. We have to throw a dagger. We have to get him out before he alerts. Can you throw a dagger, please? Jeez, what the heck? I guess he was like blocked from throwing. That's weird it didn't cancel the mission. I guess because we killed him fast enough. So when you're crouching, you can't throw the second dagger. Let me throw the first one, but it kind of blocked me from throwing the second one. Alright, here we go. We can probably distract this guy with a rock. Alright, there we go. He's down. I don't know how I missed that first one. Very, very strange. Let's keep going. She's getting close. 60 meters now. Alright. This is where I think it gets a little tricky. I don't know the dungeons very well. I don't see anyone. Alright, not see anybody. Let's go. Alright, there's one right there. That's the only one I see. Let's just take him out. Oh, wow. That didn't kill him in the first hit for some reason. But anyways, he's down. He must have been alerted before the attack hit. Alright, here we go. There she is. Let's get out of here. Yeah, guards know that something's up. Let's switch to the throwing dagger. If we can hit him in the face. Yeah, 101 damage. We could also grab a weapon. We can grab a weapon off the floor. Or we can save one of these. And just use it as... Yeah, see, it still works. It'll still work in melee. But the easier solution is just to not run out of ammo before they're all dead. So there's 3 people up there. Here we go. Yeah, there's some people in here. Actually, if we can get a sneak stab. Let's throw a rock to distract. Oh, crap. No, no, don't go down, lady. Don't go down. Don't go down. Don't go down. Oh, that was really bad. She got hit like 2 or 3 times. Alright, he's down. That was a one tap. Let's go. Was that the one with 3 that we saw earlier? Might have been. Alright, he sees us. Oh, wow. He's tanking it. Alright, let's switch. No, 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 dude. Switch it to melee. Switch it to melee. What are you doing? Yeah, that's not working out. She's gonna die. Yep, she died. Sorry, lady. We tried. So I definitely need a better weapon in there, because that was not good. It is nice having the extra throwing daggers, but we need something that we can use. Is there anything in here? Yeah, see, we can't use these. It's okay. We'll go back and craft something specifically for that. Man, that sucks. That was close. I should have just let her go down, and I would have still survived it. Because I jumped in trying to take the heat off of her, but yeah, we were already pretty low at that point. Let's take 50% increased sneak chance in the off chance that we have to break somebody out of an enemy's town or something. So anyways, let's go back. We need to heal for a bit, and then we'll get back out there. All right, there we go. While we're resting, I figured let's go ahead and unlock the rest of the two-handed blades. Now we can make something that we can take into the prison breaks. So it has to have that little shadow figure. We'll probably make two. We'll make a set of two so we can have one on the civilian setting and one on that prison break setting. And it looks like there's only two that can do it at a tier 5. I'll have to check. I'll check some of the tier 4s. Sometimes they're better, but I think for RBM they tweaked it so that it makes more logical sense. And a tier 4 is not as good as a tier 5, usually. So let me work on that. I'm not quite sure why the stats are so high on this knightly arming sword. I noticed it when we were unlocking because this was one of the first tier 4s and nothing else was even close to it. And then the tier 5s is even better than a lot of the tier 5s. So I'm not sure if that's a mistake or if the stats are just not telling the whole thing, but it seems like it's a very good blade. You can use it pretty much with anything, civilian, stealth, or in the regular combat. So I'm going to make at least a couple of these. I don't think it really matters what kind of stuff we put on it, but let's maybe minimize things and get our swing speed up as high as we can. Except for the blade length. Let's get up to 100. I think 100 is reasonable. So we can make 2 of these. A normal, 2 normals. Legendary. Okay, I was going to say, let me try one more just in case. So we'll smelt one of these. We definitely want the legendary one on this setting. On the stealth outfit. So let's get that one in here. Legendary. Man, look at that. 76,000. What a beast of a weapon. And then on the civilian setting, let's get rid of this one-hander. Put the two-hander there. And then we'll keep the throwing knives because then we can just kite. So that looks good. What else? I built some more weapons because we hired 5 more and then we'll get out in the field. So let me get them equipped. We'll introduce and then we'll get working. And I'm not going to forget to put this stuff in the warehouse this time so we're not super overburdened. Anyways, let's, yeah, I got to outfit these guys and then we're pretty much ready to go. There we go. We got everybody outfitted. We've got Ezio Auditore the second da Firenze. I know we already have somebody with that name, but I figured and they added da Firenze, and then I'll distinguish him by being the second, sir. So you're Ezio the second. How about that? And then the founders, Romulus and McRemus, Bob Butterworth, Armani Bellucci, and Septimus Aldine. Right, I think that's 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's the 5 that we got. So our front line is up to 50. Which is exactly what we want to have. Like I said, next we'll start building out our archer line. Right, there's some stuff going on over here. Let's see if we can catch this guy. He's a small party, and it's an enemy. So, yep, we can catch him. Are these are mostly archers, if I'm not mistaken. No, they actually have a lot of infantry. Only 9 archers. So we do have to deal with horse archers first, but we'll wipe him out. He's got some prisoners on him too, so we can take those back and donate them. We've got our thick front line. We don't have any archers, but we do have cav that have throwing weapons. So skirmisher cav. Let's chill here for a bit. I know we're gonna have those horse archers coming after us. We'll deal with them with our polearm. Let's get after him. Oh man, barely caught him. Got him right in the chest too. There should be 3. I only see 2. These 2 guys. Oh, somebody behind us. There he goes. Alright, he's taking some damage. Alright, one more and his horse is down. Actually, let's just get the horse. Oh, never mind, he's down. Alright, sweet. We left the horse. Okay, are they coming? They definitely shouldn't be. They should be on defense. So let me get over there and then we'll come back. Alright, that was a good fight. We lost 3 people to injury, no deaths. Only 3 is kind of crazy considering they had some pretty good units. So we personally got 6 kills, which means everybody definitely pulled their weight. We didn't like overcommit to this. Grayson with 3 kills. Mario Luigino with 3. I think that's going to be the top. Yep, those 2. So these numbers are looking pretty good. We should have gotten a decent amount of XP because of the higher tier units that we're fighting against. So there we go. Let's gather our prisoners. Gather our prisoners. We'll gather the loot, and then we'll go back to the castle. I saw a bow in there. Oh, wow. There's some good ones. Yeah, they had some good bows. We'll definitely take those. I think we'll still keep these lower tier just because we're not going to start with a huge bow skill on our companions, so we'll have to work our way up. We'll give these troops that we picked up, we'll give them over. It's only 2, but it's all right. We definitely don't want to fight with them in our party. So our levels are getting really high because that battle we only got 6 perks, which is a good sign. It means that everybody's high enough to where a single battle is not really causing a whole lot of level ups. So their skills are either at 100 or close to it. So that's a good sign. Or there's a bunch of people that still have low one-handed, but they're getting pushed up to 50. Once they get to 75 to 100, they should be able to compete with just about anybody. Even if they're outmatched by somebody, they should be able to keep up at least. As long as we're not like massively outnumbered or making stupid moves. So that was good. We'll try and do that a couple more times. Let's also donate prisoner. What happened? Wait, I thought we took somebody. My brain just went blank. I swear we just took somebody prisoner. Did she escape? So has been taken prisoner by John Hawkwood, Churig of the Forest People. All right, I'm scrolling down. I don't see where he escaped. I don't see it. Very strange. Yeah, I don't see anything about him escaping. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. Okay. Churig of the Forest People escaped captivity. In the half a day it took us to get there, he got out. All right. Well, that's how Bannerlord is, though. Not a big deal. Like I said, we still did our job. So we'll continue to protect this. How many are in the garrison now? Still 900. So for another couple days, that probably will continue to have that. So we'll defend until something interesting happens. All right, they're raiding both of these villages. I don't think we can really do anything to relieve them. But I guess we could if we pull everybody out, but we may not be able to catch them is the problem. Yeah, why don't we just wait for somebody to swing by that we can nab. It'd be really helpful if we had our boats. So is there anywhere we can bring our ships? Closest is Omor. Otherwise we're at war with everything over here. Well, yeah, we could technically come over here, but that's a really long way. Yeah, Tile or Omor. Okay, well, let's chill for a little bit and we'll wait for the attack. Right, there's somebody chasing these guys. Oh, wow. There's a big army coming. All right, there we go. We caught him. Yep. So she's attacking us for some reason, but we're close enough that our ally showed up. We would probably be able to take this anyways, even without that, but yeah, this would be a good one. And then we need to very quickly get back and deal with that siege. So there was 900. Now we're looking at 750. With the garrison, but the garrison might start starving because they did raid both of our villages and we're going to be besieged. So this is a little scary, but it's okay. This is what we're paid to do. So if we go down in battle, we go down in battle. We'll have to recollect our whole army, all of our people, and we'll just deal with that. All right, let's see what our ally does. They've got a decent amount of cav actually, and 55 foot troops. We can get up there with our foot troops. Yeah, we've got enough to help. So their foot troops are only 38, so we'll 3 times their number, essentially. Now, unfortunately, yeah, we're not here yet because they spawn us further back, but that's okay. Let's get our cav. Let's get our cav back there to start harassing their archers. I don't really care about their infantry because the infantry are going to get dealt with anyways. So go back there. Go deal with those archers, please. There we go. Infantry are still working their way up, so luckily they're kind of backing up a little bit. They're not really committing, so... And our horse refuses to run. Interesting. I don't know if that got changed in one of the mods or a patch or something. I'm not sure. Anyways, did we... Yep, we were dealing with their archers. Yeah, we're not even going to have anything left by the time these guys get up here, unfortunately. I hate that the AI does that. They just spawn you in the back. I don't think that's fair. Yeah, we're gonna miss all of our stuff, but that's all right. Easy win. We got no losses, so we'll be able to get back and defend after this. But there's a couple cav here still roaming around, I think. But yeah, pretty much done. Let me clean this up. Oh, they're done. Yeah, no losses, no injuries on our side. We did get 15 kills, so our cav forces did pretty well. We've got Justiniani Allegre Birie with 3 kills. Well, not bad. These would be good troops to take. Except for the looter, I don't really care about the looter. Forester, I think these are also bandit troops. Yeah, the problem with the looters is they don't go down that far. These other ones do go down far. So this one goes down all the way to 6. It's a pretty good looking archer, actually. So even if we use some bandit troops, I think it's fine. And we got some good armor. Yep, there we go. Some people replaced their horses. All right, we need to very quickly get back. Oh, hopefully that guy wasn't relying on us to help. All right, we're going to wait. So it is 800 versus 1500. So not quite double our numbers. So I think we can do this, but my god, why is that balance of power so out of whack? Let's get our catapults up. Make sure they don't have any siege engines. Yeah, I think the key here is to wipe out whatever they have, battering ram and towers and stuff. And I would love to get an ambush if we can. We may not have time. Yeah, they're going to build trebuchet. Oh man, they're going to go anyways. Okay, so this is a big battle. This is going to be a tough one.